What's going on? What is going on? What is going on, man? What I do for you guys, man? What I do for you guys, man? I'm missing out on some ass. Can you imagine that? I am missing out on some ass. All right? Your man's supposed to be in the bedroom on some action, and I'm giving it up, man. What I do with y'all, man? And you don't even pay me. You don't even pay me, man. Your man's give up some ass to come be out here, man. I just give up some ass. Come on. Because I was like, you know what? I had to check in. Your boys got to check in, man. You know, I think our passport bro videos do better than the FBA videos. Maybe we're not gonna do FBA content anymore. Nana is done. No more FBA content. Let's just deal with them passport bros, man. let's just deal with them passport bros, man. How about my boy Quis? How about my boy Quis? Hey, man, you guys have got me working this week. I'm working hard. Your man's just give up some ass just to be with y'all, man. I just give up some ass to be with y'all, man. I gave up some ass to be with y'all, my man.
Thanks for the
tip. Salute to UK business. Thanks for your support, man. Hey, you guys are more crazy than me, man. You're offering for Pastor Nana. Thank you, man. Thank you. You see, there's water coming out of my eyes because this story is so funny. So I went on Quis', I'll get to the story. But I went on his live stream, which he's deleted. It ended about 15 minutes ago. I went on that live stream, and your man deleted the live stream, so I can't even replay it. But I went in a chat for a little bit, and I said, I got nothing to do with this. But your boy didn't believe me. So you know what he did? He didn't even time me out, man. Your man Quis blocked me. So your man Quis has blocked me. I don't even know if it's a temporary block, if it's a permanent block. He's talking about leaving to come back to the US and canceling the trip because the trip has flopped. But we told our man Quis to act right. That's all we said. We say, hey, buddy, just act right, man. You're welcome to Africa. Salute to Travelmatic. Salute to Travelmatic. I see you, my brother. I see my brother Travelmatic in the house. Salute to Rainbow the God. Salute to MS Optimistic. Monkey Life. I've been with you on some live streams tonight. Salute to Monkey Life. I just got off the great Afridamos to do this because this is very important. How about in the streets with Quis, right? Fucking with Nana, man. Fucking with Nana, man. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? Why do these people keep playing with me? I got influence, man. I'm not trying to brag. Even when I'm sleeping, my mans are out there working for the message. So I may not even be aware of it. They're going to come back and report to me maybe tomorrow because it's late as hell in Nairobi, right? So my boys might come back to me tomorrow and say, Papa Nana, we did this, right? But I know it's one of my agents at work. I always know when my agents are at work because they work in unique ways, right? So I may not be directly involved, but my agents are at work, right? And I think this is one of those situations, man. This is one of those situations. But let's get them likes up because we need to get the message out. I'm waiting for KF to join. I'm hoping that KF recorded the messages. But it looks like Quis went to Mombasa. So now for those of you that don't know the landscape of Kenya, Mombasa is a flight away from Nairobi. You got to fly over there. I think there are some trains. Some people drive. It's a treacherous drive. I've been to Mombasa once, but I had to fly from Nairobi. And I think it's about an hour flight, an hour, 10 minutes. It only costs $50, right? Beautiful Kenyan Airways to Mombasa. So your man left Nairobi to go to Mombasa. And it looks like he's gotten in trouble with the police. He went through some extortion. But those are the things that we've been talking about, right? Because we've been giving the Kenyan people some tips on how to handle these boys. All right. We've been giving them some tips on how to, I think it's $50, 50 bucks. The last flight I took from Nairobi to Mombasa was a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. So they got some beautiful airlines going to Mombasa from Nairobi because wealthy Kenyans go to Mombasa on the weekend to chill by the beach. It's beautiful water, you know. There's some islands right around that place. So the guys that don't want to go to Tanzania to, I always forget the name, but don't want to go to Tanzania, they would typically go to Mombasa because, you know, it's the same Indian Ocean. It's good water. It's beautiful. And, but we told Quis how to behave in Kenya. And I'm hearing that Relo wants to go. I saw Relo in his chat. Relo wants to go, okay? I hate to say this. I don't do fundies, but I got to work. I have work to do. I'm busy. Kids are back at school. But if Relo goes to Kenya, we have to go to Kenya, okay? We might have to come up with something to go to Kenya. I might need you guys to support the trip to Kenya. If Relo goes to Kenya, I will go to Kenya too. And every night of Relo in Kenya will be hell. Every single night. Every day he leaves his Airbnb to make a video, we'll give him hell. All right? So this is my warning to Relo. Fundraise all you want. Let me know when you show up in Kenya. I will be in Kenya too. And the African will always win. Okay? I'm going to get my boys in Nairobi. They're going to come with your boy. They're going to come with your boy. Let me make sure my chat is working because I don't see some of you. I don't see some of you. Let me make sure the chat is working. Let's see. Let me go back here real quick. Oh, man. Social Stream Ninja sometimes acts a little bit of a fool. Okay. So you're... All right. We're good. We are good. Your chat's starting to come in. Sometimes it needs a little bit of a push. There you go. You guys are coming in. There you go. Salute to you, Chaotic. Salute to you, brother Chaotic. Salute to you. Salute to you. Who else am I missing, man? JC Travel Partners. Kids didn't deserve it. No, okay, so JC, I just want to be honest about this, right? I don't have direct impact in this. I don't. But I have influential impact in this, okay? Because I told you guys in the beginning, I said I have people that listen to me in Kenya. If you look at my YouTube analytics, Kenya has my most listeners in Africa are in Kenya, more than in Ghana. Kenya is number one by a big margin, okay? So this is Pink Panther. Salute. Thank you for the support. You said Relo is going to Kenya next week. Hey, I'm gonna take PTO from work. I might have to fundraise. I don't have a cash app, but I think KF can coordinate that. We're gonna buy a ticket, and then I will be in Nairobi too, because this is short notice. If that happens, if Relo goes to Kenya, I will go to Kenya, and it'll be hell. Every night of that trip for him, every single night will be hell. I don't even think he will make it there 3 nights. He will run away. So, Relo, if you are listening to this, I think it's time to reconsider. Because yours might not be as nice as Quis. See, I don't really have direct hands. I will know by tomorrow because my folks are sleeping. Don't tell me tomorrow. But I think my people are involved in this, right? I think my people are involved in this. And what we were planning for Quis, it's actually for Nairobi and not Mombasa. So a lot of the things we are planning is supposed to happen to him this upcoming week. Okay? It's coming this upcoming week. So we haven't even started with him. I think it's in his best interest to come home. Time to go home. All right? Time to go home. But if Relo goes to Nairobi, I will go to Nairobi. I don't even need you guys to contribute. I'm just going to buy a ticket and go. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to go. All right? Now, I will buy the ticket to go because I have a lot of miles. So I'll get a ticket on the cheap. It's not a big deal. Probably like $1,200. I'll do that. I get that. But I might need support to bribe the police because I'm gonna need some corruption on the ground. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. I'm gonna need some corruption on the ground and to pay some dudes, to be more motivated to get to work. Because this is the only way these guys will stop. Okay? And Quis is mad. Quis is mad because he timed me out. And then he called me out in a chat and blamed me for it, even though, like I said, I may have influenced this, but I don't have direct hands in this. I don't know yet. I will know in the morning, early morning. My folks wake up in Nairobi. They are starting to wake up right now. They'll let me know. Salute to you, Kenya. I see you in the house. How about them Kenyans, man? You see, I knew Kenyans were never going to let me down. I love my Kenyans, man. I knew Kenyans would never let me down. You said what? I have to be careful that there's a group of support. No. I have more influence in Nairobi than the other dudes. I got some real. See, I went to college with a bunch of Kenyans that returned to Kenya over 20 years ago. So I have literally like formidable friends that are doctors, engineers, connected in governments, big boys in Nairobi, big business people. So I have guys, I mean, they won't do things like this because this is really low class, right? So they won't do things like this, but through them, I can get some rough dudes from the slums to do some work for me, right? Because Africa is tribal, right? We work a certain way. And my Kenyan brothers know that this mission is very important. So, nothing will happen to me in Kenya, right? Actually, if anything, they would have to watch their backs. If they know that I'm going to Kenya, at the same time they are going to Kenya, a lot of them will cancel that trip. Because look at what we're doing, and we're not even in Kenya. Okay? We're not even in Kenya. Look at what we're doing. But anyway, KF, if you have some time, I'm going to drop the link. If you have the videos, can you send them to me? You can send them to the email. Let me see. Let me check my WhatsApp. Maybe you can send them to me on WhatsApp. I'm going to do it. Okay, there you go. I see you starting to send me some stuff. Okay, so his iPhone screen got cracked, and then he was snapped by some men with AK-47s. Okay. And then Fresh Boy is telling Quis, you can pursue legal action against Nana. No, he can't pursue no legal action. You're over there doing sex tourism, and it's all over the screen. What legal action? In Africa, there is no, the laws don't work like that. I've been telling you all these fuckers, the laws do not work like that in Africa. Salute to you, Great War. The laws do not work like that, man. The laws don't work like that. So let these dudes understand something. All right, let them understand. Oh man, I was just enjoying this, man. So there was police. Oh, they were not even police. They were just regular dudes with AK-47s. No wonder he wants to run his ass out of there. But this live stream is down. Let me know. Let me know if you have some. Let me know. Let me know if you have some information on that. Let me know. This was funny, man. I'm enjoying it. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, I think my dudes may be involved in this. I'll know by morning, they'll let me know. Because here's the thing. It's about influence. When you have 100,000 people.
Thanks for the tip.
You have 100,000 people watching you on a month-to-month basis, and almost 10,000 of them are in Kenya. Somebody in Kenya is listening and willing to put this to work, right? And that's what you're seeing right now. Like a lot of people are looking at this and saying, this Nana dude is right. We have to support what he's saying, Salute to you. Jada is in the house. Salute to Jada. But yeah, they're trying to destroy Kenya. Jerelo got something. Yeah. No, Jerelo. This will be the worst trip Jerelo ever took. So if I am Jerelo, I'm gonna reconsider because already Kenyans hate Jerelo as a person, right? So he's already in trouble with the Kenyans naturally. Then you add on what we're building on the ground. Jerelo is not gonna make it. I don't think it's a good idea for him to go. I hate for anything to happen to these people. See, I don't advocate violence. I'm not a violent person. I'm not into anything of that sort. I'm just telling these people to act right, right? But the message we're sending, people are listening. And a large chunk of my audience is in Nairobi. Kenyans are my biggest consumers on YouTube. So if I'm telling Kenyans that this is what these guys are up to, there are Kenyans that are going to act, including Kenyans that are officials, including Kenyans that are politicians, including Kenyans that, have some power. And I don't know who picked this up, but maybe somebody did. Maybe somebody did. But like I said, maybe Quis didn't deserve this because he did that first video. We reacted to it. I gave him the warning, and the subsequent videos were better. So I had actually moved on from him. I had moved on because I thought he was acting right. Okay. So for this to happen, it came as a surprise. But here's the thing. Once you start making these mistakes, somebody's going to pick it up. And this is over. 2027, we're going to be working on O'Shea Duke Jackson. This upcoming year, we're going to put a lot of political pressure to force O'Shea Duke Jackson out of Kenya and Uganda. It's going to happen, man. The guys, the weekend warriors are coming and out. Well, we can understand those people. They're just on holiday and stuff. But as long as those cameras are up and you are live streaming and you're acting a fool and you're disrespecting my people, you should be willing to take whatever comes your way, good or bad. You should be willing to take it because you were warned not to do it. We warned you. I told you. I sat here and I live streamed and I told you. I said, do not do this while you're in Nairobi. But your stubborn, stupid heads decided you wanted to do it, and now you're paying the price for it. KF, I got the link for you here. We'll put you here in the chat. I'm only going to let KF on for about 10 minutes and we'll shut this down because I got to go. I got to go. I got to go get busy. All right. KF, link is in the chat. Let me double check, make sure it fell in. Here we go. Biggie Small, you're talking about Austin Holloman. I decided to leave him alone because I decided to leave him alone because I feel bad for the kid, man. He's like a refugee. I feel bad for that kid. I was like, you know what? I don't want to destroy his life. I'm not about distraction, I don't want to destroy the kid, man. He's already down too bad for me to worry about him. I was not planning to stream tonight, man. Y'all spoiled my party, but I love you guys. So I was like, you know what? Let me just show up. Kev, I got the link in for you. Let me go in my back room. Soon as you show up, I will see you. And then I'll bring you on. If you can't make it also, that's fine. As soon as you show up, I will bring you on. I want to see if you can add a little bit of context into what happened because he took down the video. So I didn't see frame by frame what was going on. Let's go to, let me double check my WhatsApp. Okay, so I'm waiting to see. Kev, I did send you the link, so let me know if you got it. It looks like I can see you in the back. Give me 1 second. Let me turn on my stuff. I see you in the back. All right, can you hear me, Kev? Something is coming in. You can hear me? Okay. All right. Let's go. I can hear you too. Let me just clean up a little bit of your audio here. All right. Well, can you hear me? You can hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. All right. Wait, give me 1 second. I'm gonna put you in the chat. Give me 1 second. I just want to clean up your audio a little bit, make sure we're not having any. Okay, so I've gain control on echo on. All right, you're good on my side. Now let me go here and put you on OBS. And then let's see here. Right. Okay. Uh there you go. I see you in frame, so I think we're good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, what is it? Well, let's just put it this way. Let's start out with this because we got to put some real context to all of this. I have been warning people about the do's and don'ts of going into Kenya for well over 20 years. Well, yeah, over 20 years since Facebook. And when I came to YouTube, I warned O'Shea, not knowing that he was one of these people. But he ended up being one of these people, and he was influencing these same type of people like Quis, J. Rello, and all them by saying, come over to Africa. You could do this, you could do that. But his secret life is a passport, bro. All right.
Okay. KF,
And yeah.
hold up 1 second. 1 second. I need
All
to
right.
I need to copy. This music is gonna play, but I'm gonna hold on 1 second for me. Let me pick out my chat highlight. And I need to bring that into. Okay, go ahead and proceed. I got it now.
Somebody coughing?
No, you're good. Go ahead and proceed. Can you guys hear KF? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear KF. I'm just waiting for the chat to respond.
Okay, Jada said yes.
There you go. There you go.
So fast forward till today. There was a protest last year by some Kenyans, and people thought it was a joke. That same group of people did a protest not even 2 weeks ago, and the same people thought it was a joke. It's not a joke. And it's not just Nana as one person being an influence. It's me. It's a lot of other people. It's people on the ground. It's people, the ordinary citizen that has to see this crap in their neighborhoods every day. These are all advocates to try to stop this. And it's just going to get worse for these passport bros who are not going to listen. There was already one guy when Quis came on after he was sent back to his Airbnb from Nyali police station there in Mombasa. Some guy in there said, I was looking forward to going to Kenya, not verbatim. I was looking forward to going to Kenya, but forget Kenya now. It's a no-go. It's a no-go. And these passport bros, these passport sisters, whatever, if you're not going to take Africans seriously because they're nice, they're hospitable, they're respectful, then these types of things or other things that are much worse are going to happen to you. It's not like passport bros haven't got stomped down in Africa somewhere before because of this shit. It just wasn't on the news. But the more and more you guys keep pushing, the more and more you're going to get pushed back. So the thing is, I've been following Quis ever since he started going to Nairobi. He was promoting sex tourism in Nairobi in his videos. He got rid of some of those videos because it's very obvious. He said it was just because of background music. Well, that may be true in some cases, but there was other videos where there was no background music that I remember, but he was promoting it. Since he's been in Mombasa, when he finally found a place, because he had a dry spell for like 24 hours. He couldn't find a single prostitute on the streets. He was driving around. He was walking around, driving around, walking around. He even went to a giraffe center where you feed giraffes little grass pellets for about 20 minutes, and he left. He actually paid an Uber to go there, stayed there for 20 minutes, couldn't find any prostitutes at a giraffe center in Mombasa, and left pissed. Then he went to the beach, Kenyatta Beach, and there he couldn't find, because there was a bunch of families there with their kids and everybody swimming. All right, having a good time, right? He got pissed off, so he went somewhere else. He finally found, by asking Uber drivers where to go to find the women. He kept asking, where are the women at? Where are the women at? When he finally found a place where there's prostitutes that hang out, strippers that hang out, he was promoting sex tourism in his videos. He got rid of one of them, I think, and then another one he didn't. And I screen recorded that whole thing. So I got one, because he likes to take them down, because he knows people are watching him. So he got what was coming to him. He was warned by the Kenyans. While he's in Kenya, don't do it. He did it anyway. And he's a firefighter. According to him, he's a firefighter for about 20 years or so. Mr. Baylor. Mr. Baylor. I don't know how this might affect your job being arrested in Kenya, but you better watch out. This is not a threat. This is something that you did to yourself. And like they say, the internet doesn't forget. So this is all I have right now. I'm still watching.
What is can you give me a breakdown of, because I wasn't on the live, so I didn't see the events. Can you give me a breakdown of what happened, like the particular situation?
So
salute before you start, salute to you, Book. I see Book Worldwide is in the house. That's my boy right there. My Skins Money is in the house. Salute to My Skins Money. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so the second last live stream that he had before he came back on the Airbnb and did a live stream to tell everybody what had happened. He was in a different club than he was before, and he was promoting sex tourism. So basically, promoting sex tourism is like having guys, enticing your audience to come to Kenya, because they all talk about it in the chat. If they came there and they got that woman, what they're going to do with them and all this. So it's a back and forth conversation between him and his chat. And he's showing women who are, not just twerking, they're in adult clubs. And in Kenya, in Mombasa, this is not for public consumption. This is like private clubs for private consumption for adults only, right? Mm-hmm. But promoting sex tourism in Kenya, by the Constitution, it's illegal. So that's promoting sex tourism. That's why they got him. Somebody tipped them off, and that's why they got him. So these Kenyans are not playing. They're sick and tired of you.
Let me interrupt real quick. He did say in his live stream, the one he just took down, that they had all his information. So they knew exactly who he was, right?
Right. Right. And, I've done my own digging. I've found his name on a PDF file, PDF file, the actual document type of file, a PDF file showing his name a few different times of what positions he's progressed in the firefighting department that he works for in Washington, D.C. So it's public information. So that public information is out there, right? So when you get arrested, of course, they're gonna take his information. He has no choice. He's got his passport on him. They got his information. They're gonna ask him questions. He's gonna give up information, just like anywhere else where police apprehend you, either detain you or arrest you. They're gonna get information from you.
So where did they pick him up from?
Just outside that club. So when he was in the video, he walked outside the club. And that's when it started. The screen went black. So obviously his phone dropped. So the phone that he showed in the last live stream where the screen was cracked, that one wasn't the one that was live streaming. he had another phone on him that wasn't cracked. He probably put it in his pocket. I don't know. But it was just outside that club, the last one that he was at.
Okay. And then that was in Mombasa, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what's the story with his phones? He's talking about some phones. Something happened to his phone.
Yeah. Like I said, one of them hit the ground as the police were apprehending him. The ones that he said that had AK-47s, they were undercover. They had AK-47s. They got him, so he was struggling. His phone got cracked, so he hit the floor, hit the concrete. You know, like in Mombasa and Nairobi, almost everything is either hard dirt with rocks on the road, or you got concrete pretty much everywhere. So his screen was cracked, the first one. Phone is still working. His other phone was fine because, like I said, that must have been in his pocket or something.
Did he push back? Did he fight back? Did you hear any noises in the background?
It was kind of hard, but it was definitely a struggle. You could definitely hear some type of struggle. There's a lot of Swahili in the background.
Okay. Because he was they were undercover, right?
Right. And obviously it's a commotion because there was a lot of people. It was busy. It was very busy outside. It was busy inside the club and outside the club. So you hear a lot of Swahili. You can hear him from time to time, but it was harder to hear him compared to all the people speaking Swahili. And the Swahili was very I would say charged. So
okay,
you know what I mean? It was
get the fuck, let's go.
yeah, it was charged.
Okay. Is there any video of him at the hotel, at the police station?
Not that I know yet, but I'm looking out for it.
Okay. So the live stream that he just did, which I joined very late, so I didn't see. I saw some of his guys sending threatening message to me, some talking about suing me, and I'm like, you guys heard me. I made a YouTube live stream telling this man how to behave himself. What were they thinking? Do they think like we just talk?
Well, they're not educated. I mean, anybody that chases after prostitutes the way they do, they're not educated. These are uneducated simps who are following box by paying for it. So these guys are a bunch of heathens. I mean, when he was filming, just like one particular woman at the club before the one he got arrested at, you know, he gave her like I think it was $1, right? And he didn't have any more money. So he gave her $1. She did a little twerking on stage. She had a mask on, so her identity wouldn't be revealed because obviously there's other people there with cameras. Some of the comments that I don't remember, but I just remember they're very grotesque of his subs. Some of the same subs that are in your chat sometimes were saying some of the most grotesque things about what they would do if they had that woman right there on that stage. So these guys are not just idiots, but this is criminal behavior. And even after he was explaining what was going on, their behavior in the chat was still like, you know, a few of them were like, well, hurry up and get home, get out of there. I'm not going to Nairobi. I'm not going to Kenya. Forget Kenya. But then a lot of them were defending his behavior about,
yeah, I saw some of them telling him that, hey, you're from the hood. It's harder there, stay.
Right. And even he said himself, he goes, you know, I kind of feel like, you know, if I leave, they kind of punk me like a bitch or something like that, right? He took down the video. So
but sometimes when a place is dangerous, you got to go. Because see, this is what he doesn't know. The things that we are working on is supposed to start happening to him this upcoming week in Nairobi. And those experiences are going to be worse than what he just went through. So if I'm him, I'm like, shit, I'm canceling and leaving. Why does he want to still test us?
I don't know.
Guys, we are not playing, man. Those days are over. I came here and I sat down and I did a whole live stream and I told them, I said, this Nairobi is going to be, you're going to enjoy, but your noses are going to be bloodied. It's going to be a very painful experience. So is it worth it? If you still want to, you know, all these loose talks, if anybody thinks they're tough, you want me to show up, I'll show up. Tell me where you live. I'll show up. I'm not scared of none of these motherfuckers. Internet warriors are not thugs, okay? If you are strong, you're not sitting on the internet. You're in the hood gangbanging. This is my country. This is my continent. You don't go there and do things that are disrespectful to the culture. And when we've warned you time after time after time, you still don't want to listen. So when these things happen to you, It means you're ready and willing to face it. So anybody that goes over there, and I'm warning Geraldo, man, this second iteration of your trip could be the worst decision you ever made in your life.
So Nana,
Go ahead.
I want to go ahead and reply to Salah. So Salah, he said nothing was taken from him. So his phone was damaged. The screen was damaged. He didn't say he had anything taken from him. He didn't even say that the police bribed him. He actually said himself that he would actually, no, he was saying something alluding to that he might try to get out of it. So it sounds like to me, he's going to want to try to bribe the police at some point to try to make this all go away. So he said that. So that's probably the main reason why he took down that live stream. But he also at the same time before that said that he thanks the police for protecting him from not getting hurt. Now, he did say he got scraped up. His arms probably got scraped up, his knees maybe, because he was on the ground, for what it sounds like. So he was struggling to, try to fight them off, but there was nothing that he could do.
Yeah, he looked shook when I went on his live stream. He blocked me. You saw that, right? I don't know if you saw that.
I saw you on there, but I don't know if he blocked you because it's not.
Yeah, he blocked me. I was gonna send him. I sent him $10 to troll him, but it didn't go through. I was like, why isn't that going through? I thought I got broke for a moment. I was like, what the fuck? Then I went back and I look and it says I'm not allowed to send messages. I was like, oh, he blocked me.
So from his own words, the police didn't bribe him. From his own words, the police protected him after they took him to jail at Niali Police Station. Let him go. But it sounds like from what he said, he can't just leave right now. He's waiting whatever to leave. A lot of people in the chat were asking, do they have your passport? He never answered anybody directly about that. So they probably do have his passport and just send him home to his Airbnb. I don't know, but he's definitely shook, and he should be, because it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse.
Remember that God is saying they're going to go to Ghana next. They don't like Ghana. Because first of all, Ghana is, West Africa is a different trip. They don't like West Africa, man. These people, Ghana gives them free passports. They see, with Ghana, I don't even have to do anything. they don't see. And I'm not saying Kenya is weak, because clearly you've seen Kenya is not weak. Kenyans are nice people. That's the problem. They are too nice to a fault. And they welcome you as long as you don't come with bullshit. And these people took that welcome for granted. This is how we got here. So now the Kenyans are having to clean it up a little bit. This is just little. I'm surprised they even didn't take a lot from him. I was hoping that they take a couple dollars from him, rough him up a little bit. Well, roughing up doesn't mean getting hurt. I mean, roughing up is just so that you don't do it again.
Right. I mean, they're just arresting him. They charged first, asked questions later. According to him, again, the police made sure that he wasn't hurt, but he tried to scuffle, so therefore he got a few probably little bruises and cuts in the process. According to him, that's what it sounded like what happened. And definitely just by the audio in the background with the black screen, I can see that happening. He probably was first thinking like, oh, these aren't police uniforms, but they have AK-47. So
it's scary. Really, so he pushed back a little bit in the beginning, I think. Yeah, he got scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is scary, man. I'll probably shit my pants. Like, undercover people show up with no guns. You don't know whether they're police or not. They're speaking a bunch of Swahili. It's late night. You're in a foreign country. Shit, I'm crapping my pants, bro.
And here's the thing too. When you get people mad at you in Kenya, some of them will come out with machetes on you. So it's like he better be happy that it was the police, because if it was somebody out there that was really displeased with what he was doing and wanted to take justice into their own hands, the law into their own hands, some of them might come out with a machete on them, or more than one. That is something you do have to worry about in some slight cases. But do you want to really take that chance?
It feels like they want to take the chance. And I think a lot of them are just doing it as a way to dare me. I think they find some joy in daring me. But I'm like,
it is. And the subscribers that he and Jay Rello, all of them have, is that they're encouraging to take chances. They're encouraging the crash outs. They're encouraging to stand people up for money, like prostitutes and stuff like that. They're into all that. This is what they want.
They will come home with body bags, man, and I hate to see it. I don't want that to happen to these people. But they'll start coming home with body bags. It's not. They need to stop this stuff. This is it, man. They have to stop.
Right. And the thing is, with some of these guys, not all of them, but some of these guys are going to say, oh, they're doing this to us because they're racist. How in the hell are Kenyans doing their jobs, like the police, based on tips from Kenyans saying that we don't want this? This is what they're doing. This is how they're violating our Constitution. They are exposing our women without their knowledge. And even the ones that do have the knowledge and agree to it, it's exploitation and it's illegal. So it's like, how are you going to call? Because some of them are already saying it. I've seen it in the chats. I've seen people say it in the videos. They say that about South Africans too. So it's not like it's not going to happen again. Somebody somewhere on some panel is going to say, oh, the Kenyans are racist towards such and such. You just watch. It's going to happen again. They're going to say it again.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're going to say. But, everything that is happening to them, they deserve it. Because we told them, right? We made videos. Exactly. We've done live streams. We told them how to act. You saw the first video he did when he got to Nairobi. Disrespectful as hell.
Right.
And even when we talked about it, he still was like, oh, not going to happen. These Africans are weak. Not just going to happen. Well, there's 50,000 Kenyans that hear my message every month.
Right.
Some of them can be immigration officers. And I'll before I ask you this, as you can see on the screen, it says the police won't take his bribe. These were orders from the Ministry of Immigration. So that means there are people in Kenyan authorities that are hearing our message, man.
Yeah, here's the other thing too. This guy, for all who have or have not been following this guy since he's been in Kenya, from Nairobi to Mombasa, but mainly in Nairobi because he's had more opportunity. From the airport, he was met with a prostitute. Everybody he's with is a prostitute. And whether if they agree to or not, he's creep camming these women. So focusing in on their butt as one of them from the airport is taking his luggage and he's walking behind. Another one was at Nairobi Street Kitchen. He likes to go there because it's cheap. The prices are cheap. It's a classy place, right? So he took another prostitute there, apparently one, I guess that's from Uganda, that was doing a little bit of freelancing in Kenya. He did the same thing. He did the same thing with her when they were walking out because they were closing, right? And had the Nairobi Street Kitchen sign next to her butt. And he was following her butt all the way out. Instead of following her face, following her butt all the way out, went to the Sarrett Center and went to a bowling alley. And you should have seen the chat the whole time.
Yeah, those are the problem. I don't even mind the guys that are traveling. The guys that are funding this, man.
No, I mind the guys who are funding it, and I mind the guys who are traveling, because the guys who are traveling is the direct predator, because that's the predator on the ground. That's the predator on the ground. The other predators are either they wish they could be a predator, so I'm gonna pay that guy like Jay Rillo to do what I want to do through his lens. That's what that is. These are all predators.
Do you think Jerello is gonna go after this?
He said he's going to go on the 21st, so that means he'll arrive on the 22nd. That's if he actually got the plane ticket. He said he got the plane ticket. Now he's just trying to raise money for Airbnbs and everything else. So
we're gonna go on that trip with him. I got to look at my calendar and see if I can get some PTO. We might go on that trip with him.
Yeah, he said he was going to go to Mombasa too, but who knows? He might not. There's a good chance that he won't go.
What I need to start working on is even to figure out a way I can do a Colombia with him where he gets to Jomo Kenyatta and then they just return him and then he has to take that 11-hour flight back to New York, right?
Well,
that would be epic. Well, if we can get some insider Kenyan immigration officials to literally wait for him at the airport and just send his ass back, because they can do it. You don't need ministerial clearance as an immigration officer in Nairobi to return him. You can literally return him and not admit him if he shows up to the airport.
You can always report to immigration at airports all around the world. people of interest that you might think is a person of interest, whether if you have any evidence like Jay Rello, like beating the Kenyan woman the last time and all that other stuff, whether if you have that or not, you can tell them what you think is a person of interest, and they can keep their eye out on them, at least from the point of the airport. So a lot of people don't know that, but you can actually do that. And I wanted to say, man, this was creepy. I saw, I was watching Jay Rello's live stream today. I believe it was Jay Rello, and he was showing some older videos in Kenya. Some of them that he only put on Twitter, and I guess they're not on Twitter anymore. There was one guy, and he could have been on Quis too, but I'm thinking it was Jay Rello. This one guy said he was a TSA agent and he's a passport bro. He can only get out like once a year because that's the only time he has for PTO. But he's a TCA agent at some airport somewhere in the United States, and he's going to places like Colombia, South Africa, and all these other places that he was saying to trick.
Yeah, they're all doing it. These are the products of Kevin Samuels, right? It told these men not to seek stable relationships and just travel around the world and do this. That's why they're all doing it.
Well, Kevin Samuels is 100% grift because they were already saying that with the red pill content. What Kevin Samuels did, he just packaged it and marketed it, and he just took everybody else's talking points, and he just polished it. You know, you got to remember, this is a guy who used to beg people outside of like places like Nordstrom in Atlanta, give men the business cards, say, "Please hire me. I'm an image coach. I can teach you how to improve your image," which there's nothing wrong with that.
There's really nothing wrong. I did like a little bit of his image content. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Right. I did like a little bit of that. And, you know, like how he picked Tom Ford suits and how he presented himself. I did like that about Kevin Samuels. It's the anti-women, the bashing, teaching men that there was no option out because the women were always the problem. But even though that wasn't the case, I've come to understand that these men are actually the problem. You can work with the women, bro. Some of them are off. I understand that. But I think a lot of these guys are toast, man.
Yeah. And when it comes to Kevin, he wasn't doing this content until he was hanging out with the Negro Manosphere, which is O'Shea, after a couple of years. Then he started getting packaged into a channel of his own. Like he already had his channel, but he wasn't doing much with it. But to do what he was doing, like advising men and then so-called advising women by putting them down in the most, ridiculous ways that, a lot of the women were crying, right? He became very good at doing that. He was probably already good at doing that. But again, everything that he talked about when he was telling men not to do this, not to do that, don't get married and all this other stuff, and asking men how big their penis is, because he's also on the down low. I don't know if you all knew that, but Kevin was on the down low.
I heard that about him, yeah.
There was a video one time that a guy came into a shop where he was eating ice cream. He was literally eating ice cream. He was going, "Oh, man. Wow." Somebody filmed it. And I was sitting there watching. I was like, oh, okay, well, it makes sense. He's in Atlanta. That's a down low city. He's down low. And he was drooling over this younger man that was leaving the ice cream shop. Hence, ice cream was melting in his mouth.
Shout out to Kobe Thanos is in the house. Salute to you, bro.
What up, Kobe?
Salute to Kobe, man. Okay, well, I'll tell you this, man. Video Ninja has not disappointed because you sound like a broadcaster. Like you sound like radio, man. I'm going to listen to this playback. No homo, but I bet this is going to sound good when I go back and listen to it. Because I typically listen for sound. But I don't know if the audience is getting the same feedback that I'm getting. But your stuff sounds so clear, man. Whatever they're doing at the back end at Video Ninja, good for them, man. I think StreamYard is dead. Kobe, I'll call you tomorrow. I think that's the best way to describe this. I'll call you tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow. I can't put this out on the internet, but I think I know how this happened. I'm going to need a little bit more details because we were actually planning for him in Nairobi. So I didn't think the Mombasa dudes will get ahead of us. And this is like, Christmas came early, bro. So somebody is saying that this, I think I missed the chat, but I saw it on my playback here. Somebody is saying that this particular trip was designed to revive his struggling YouTube channel. You think that's what this is about? and why he doesn't want to return to the U.S.?
No, I think what I saw in a chat on, and this was definitely on Jay Rillo's about a week ago already. I didn't know it at the time until somebody in his chat said, because I think Jay Rillo was asking the question, what does he do for a living? And said he's almost a retired firefighter. And if you look at his right forearm, it says fireman tattooed, right? And his left arm he's got his whole first name on there, my Quis, right? So, and I found him by his name and got his last name in that PDF file of the Washington, D.C. Fire Department organization. So I kind of got off track there. What were we saying again?
No, I'm saying was the Kenyan trip a way to revive his content?
Oh yeah. I have no idea. I don't think so. But I remember when he got back from Kenya the first time, he was talking about how he wants to move to Kenya. He can see himself in Nairobi, like literally, he can see himself in Nairobi, right? Doing criminal activity. He can see himself moving, getting an apartment, kind of like Austin Holloman, selling his red car. I've seen his red car on his Instagram, selling his red car to help pay for that financial trip to move there and live there full time.
So live in Kenya full time.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like he wants that to be his hub, right? And you know what? It's crazy. He keeps talking. Okay, like Rello always talks about my mom, right? Well, with Quis, and of course Pab, he does the same thing on my son, right? I just heard him the other day talk about his son I guess is an adult now, is going to be going to the university where he is in the state of Maryland, in his home turf. That's what he said, his home turf. I'm like thinking, okay, you're old enough to do what you want to do. Maybe you got the retirement money coming in that's getting ready to come in, right? You can go and do these types of things, but wouldn't you want to see and be close to your son, at least for the first few years of college, and be closer to him instead of far away, to see him along, advise him along as he processes through, university life? I mean, if I had a son or daughter and was going through that, I think I would want to be closer to them during those years and not be tricking off my money somewhere else overseas.
Yeah, he's a serious trick, man. He makes O'Shea look like an angel. I have not seen a dude that tricks like this, even to the point where he goes to a place and that's his go-to. I understand if sometimes you have regular girls and the day is bad, so on a bad day you look for on a bad day you look for some side. This dude just goes straight to the market, bro.
Yeah. Just and that's the weird thing. Okay, everybody, check this out. Okay, I didn't get cut off exactly, but for the ones that are just coming in, because I see the numbers are jumping. It was like 50 something, now it's 80 something. When I first came on here, I said that he went to a giraffe center looking for prostitutes. A giraffe center that had a bunch of families there feeding giraffes grass pellets. It's the same thing that they do in Nairobi at the giraffe center over there, right? He stayed there for about 20 minutes, didn't find anything, took an Uber, left, went to the beach, did the same thing. There was a bunch of families going to the beach like after work. When the parents get off work, everybody's going to the beach. It's usually like, I think, after 3 or 4 p.m. during the week. So there was nothing that was vibing him there. He went to a club, and this is like on a Thursday night. Didn't find what he was wanting. He was asking Uber drivers in his videos, where can I find women at? Where can I find the pros? All right. And some of the pros that finally did, that he found, some of them were coming up to him. And Kenyan women are not going to come up to you and give you their number or try to get your number unless they're a pro. And that's what he's looking for, because those are the only women that somebody like him can actually get.
Yeah. Let me shout these people out. Brezen is in the house. Salute to you. Brezen. Nanzabas is in the house. Salute to Nanzabas. Salah is in the house. Salute to Salah. I hope you're doing well. I know you all are just waking up in Nairobi, Kenya. So this is the breaking news. Case out of Mombasa. He's in a little bit of trouble with law enforcement. We're still trying to get our sources on the ground to see if our folks knew about this, whatever is going on in the coming weeks or days. I think we'll get later tonight or early morning. I think I'll have more detailed information on how the operation went. But most of the work we're doing is in Nairobi. So if he gets back to Nairobi, I think he's gonna get into some more trouble. But shout out to Afridamos. Man, that was what a good live stream Afridamos had today. I am going to react to that live stream. So we're gonna replay the entire live stream sometime this week and go over Afridamos. Man, I'm so happy to see that Afridamos is back out in the streets. Man, y'all go over there and support him. We need a lot of voices in the space. Also, I finally have direct contact with Sheku. So I have Sheku's number now. We're talking directly, so that's beautiful. I'm gonna probably do a one-on-one with my boy Sheku. And I'm gonna try and bring on the Drazi Show. I don't know if you guys have watched his videos, but that man is special. Right? I don't know, KF, do you know the Drazi Show?
No, I've heard the name, but I'm not aware of
He's out of UK. I've reacted to his videos. The Ghanaian guy in London.
Okay,
Ghanaian British.
That's where I heard it from. Was from you then. That's where I heard
that. Yeah. He's special. So I'm gonna try and get him over, and we're gonna do a lot more one-on-ones like this. This is why I was trying to perfect video ninja. But boy, your sound is coming through really well. Somebody was saying there was an FBA dude here talking some bullshit.
Well, Quis, I watched your video. I saw what you're doing. I heard the words that you were saying. You know, it's funny how you passport bros try to hide everything like nobody knows what's going on. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, and he was warned. We warned him, man. We told him. And it's one thing if you are never warned, but if we say, hey, don't do this, and you double down, that means you're willing to take what comes with it, right?
Quis, you're in my country doing fuck shit, and you fucked around and found out. That's what happened. You were warned by the Kenyans in that video. You thought it was a joke. You thought it was just acting. It wasn't acting. You did that to yourself. And Jay Rillo is going to do it to himself again if he comes back. Trust me on that.
I'm letting them know right now on the record. I will travel to Nairobi if Jay Rillo goes over there. Okay? Like I said, I'll do my own fundy. I'll be in Nairobi, and every night will be hell. Every night in Nairobi will be hell. It'll be so bad, he will run away from that place. So if I'm him, I'm getting my money back and I'm not traveling because, man, and even you, is in the chat, even him, man. Whatever we're working on is supposed to happen in Nairobi. We haven't even gotten there yet because my boy is having a good time in Mexico. My coordinator is in Mexico. He's been busy. As soon as he gets back stateside by Tuesday, Nairobi is going to be very tough for you the next coming days. So I think it's best for you to leave, brother. It's best for you to leave. Or reach out. You know how I used to say you got to check in. Check in and act right, and we can come to an agreement. Let's do that. I think that's fair. All right? You check in, then we'll come to an agreement of the do's and don'ts. And as long as you're there visiting, having a good time, enjoying yourself, I don't care what you're doing with the ladies. You're not filming them, putting them on camera, having them do degenerate stuff. We're good. All right? We don't want no twerking videos. We don't want chicks acting a fool. We don't want you showing trick trophies to YouTube. If you can be a normal tourist, I think I can cut you some slack. I can make some phone calls. You're going to be fine. But until that, I think me and you, we got some problems. All right? Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, Keeney, he's going to need like not one ladder, but two ladders to molest the giraffes. But this guy's pretty short. He's pretty short. short and tubby. Oh,
I'm surprised he's still even laughing and smiling after the little shook up that he just got.
Well, that's what they do. They're trying to show out like I'm not phased. But here's the other thing too.
Well, if it's not phased, why are the videos deleted? Put it up.
Right. Even in his video, he even said, you know, when he's letting everybody know that he's a little bit shook about what happened, and that part of that he really didn't like about being in Kenya is like if something goes down, he didn't have a way of getting hold of like his mom or other people back home. There's not like a direct way. So he found that to be a little difficult. Well, of course, it's going to be a little difficult depending on what situation you're in, but he doesn't know our countries in Africa. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what we're about. He doesn't know. And we're going to continue to be hospitable. Kenyans are going to continue to be hospitable, but don't fuck around and find out.
Yeah, I mean, Africans have come a long way, man. We've become very good people because in the old days, man, we get some dudes to put some hot iron rod in his bum bum, right? Eh, put some hot iron rod in your bum bum for you to know how not to mess with some dudes, right? But nowadays we're good people. We're good people, right? And I
Welcome.
always give these guys an out. KF, you've been on, you know me, I'm on record. Even when I have issues with people, I always give them options, good options. Like, hey, okay, no beef, we're good. For the next 2 weeks of your trip, can you act right? If you act right, we're good. Go
Yep.
out there, have a good time, go to restaurants, you know, do all your things. If you want to spank a giraffe, spank that giraffe in your bedroom, but don't show it on the pictures.
And
Be a
and
normal tourist. We're good.
and you know the other thing too is that these guys they may have heard it sometime, but they really need to look at the laws of the U.S. When you're a U.S. citizen, you can't promote sex tourism within the United States. You can't promote it. Tourism, I'm talking about.
Mhm.
But that same law applies to when the American leaves the U.S. to another country. You cannot promote sex tourism in someone else's country because if you're found out and you come back to the U.S. is where you're going to spend some real time in prison.
Yeah. I, I, I mean, I'm impressed with what the police did in Kenya, but I think they could have tightened the knot a little bit, right? They could have made it a little bit more uncomfortable. Maybe have him sleep in the cell for just for tonight.
And take one of his shoes.
Take one of his shoes, have him deal with some dudes in the cell. Just give him an introduction of what an African prison looks like.
Folk him.
Right. But I think they really, you know, they gave him they cut him a bit of slack here. I think they were very nice to him. I was expecting a little bit more. I like them to usually do a little bit more, tighten the screws a little bit, so that when they run away, they never come back. Right? I want these people to hate Africa and Africans so much that they don't even go there. Just leave us alone, man. Go to Colombia, go to Latin America, go to all these places that want to have that reputation for a sex hub. But this Africa thing that you guys are trying to do, all of you are going to be bloodied. All of you. You're going to have a bloody mouth. I'm saying that figuratively, not physically. You're going to have a bloody mouth figuratively. That means we're going to make things very, very difficult for you. So why do you want to go through that? Why not just go to where it's okay to do? Go to Latin America, go to Southeast Asia, go get yourself some big booty Latinas. We got no problems. Leave them Africans out of this shit, man. We got more problems to add on these generators to our bullshit. Salute to you, Sub-Saharan Africa. Go ahead, KF.
Yeah, another thing too, I was listening to this Quis guy like the other day, and he had somebody on his panel talking about South Africa and Quis and encouraging him to go to South Africa. And I think this is the TSA guy, if I remember. So I think it was on Quis's actually on his live stream. So anyway, he said he's going to go check out Cape Town. And the guy was alluding to something about South African women are better. You're going to enjoy it more. You're going to spend more money in South Africa than Kenya. And the only thing I recommend about Kenya is you'll save some money, but you're going to actually save money, or excuse me, you're going to have a better time. You're going to want to spend more money in Cape Town. And with that being said, Keith said something to the fact of, oh, so whatever prostitute that he's talking to at the time, I'll just let them off kind of easy, and I'll tell them that I found something better in South Africa. I found something better, so I got to go. I won't be coming back. I mean, imagine if that wasn't a prostitute and that was somebody that actually was interested in him, and he would say that to them, and then she would realize immediately that she was being used in such a way for his own pleasure and not for her. So the mindset when you sit there and listen, and you analyze what these guys are saying. A lot of times, I have to close my ears. Honestly, I have to close my ears because I'm sick and tired of hearing these guys. But at the same time, I'm going to protect my people. But this is how he thinks. He's only there temporarily, no matter where he goes, and it will happen in South Africa if he goes. He's there temporarily for the prostitutes. And if a woman does magically fall in love with him or whatever, she's not going to be able to be with him because in his mindset, because I caught him on MGTOW, like his image on one of those MGTOW, which is men going their own way, which is a bunch of lonely men that talk about
it's the red pill guys. So the same group. All these guys are the same people, man.
Yeah, smashing women, but don't marry them. So marriage is never an option. Responsibility to a woman, even as a girlfriend, is not an option. So can you imagine all your sisters, your daughters, and I'm talking about Africans, all your sisters, your daughters, your cousins that are all female, and these guys come in there to think in that way? It's not like a one-night stand and a night of passion. No, there's no when you go for prostitutes, there's no passion. There's no passion. There's no reality.
And this is a good comment here. Somebody said, I don't know if you can see my screen. You probably don't.
Yeah, I can see it.
But, okay, so this person is saying, it's funny because these guys complain about dating culture in America just to come to Africans and act the same way. Isn't that exactly what they're doing? Like the things that a lot of us are complaining about are the same dynamics here in the U.S. So who is the underlying problem? It's just them.
Exactly. It's exactly the same thing. They're just carrying their dirty laundry with them. They didn't leave it at the airport. They're never going to leave it at the airport because they like those dirty drawers. And they like to take those dirty drawers and wear them out in Nairobi. So you can see those dirty drawers. That's what it is.
Yeah. If I'm him, I'm getting my passport, I'm rebooking, and I'm coming back home. And if he thinks that this thing is going to look bad, I'd rather look bad and return home safely than test our operations out in Nairobi, because we haven't even started with this dude. Man, we haven't even started with him, bro. If he knows the traps that were setting around Nairobi, because we were working on Nairobi. I didn't know his house was in Mombasa. We've been working on him in Nairobi. If he knows the traps were setting out in Nairobi, he will run for his life. I don't know why these idiots are willing to throw their life on the line just for content that doesn't even pay anything, bro. Get that passport. If the police gives it back to you, if they haven't given it to you, you go to Kenyan Airways tomorrow, pay for your train ticket, do a fundy, get the train ticket and come back home. And if you want to stay beyond that point, make a live stream committing that you're going to act right. Then we can pull off these resources. Because Kenyans are going to start dealing with you guys. You know, those guys, like KF said, when they made that live stream video, they did it for a reason. They did it to warn you. And you still showed up. They are warning Jerello, his fundraising, to go over there. And all these idiots that are giving Jerello money to go over there and do this, don't come and cry if something happens to Jerello. And, you know, like this thing, like they come online and they talk as if, I'm not scared of none of these motherfuckers, man. Tell me your city and state and give me a date and time and I'll show up, and you still can't do shit. So if you're not willing to put it out there like that, just move on. They are in Kenya. I'm not in the U.S. acting a fool. At least I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm not in the U.S. acting a fool. These guys are over there disrespecting cultures and acting a fool. And as men of Africa, we have to defend our people, especially our women. So maybe you got an easy ride with your women doing your gender wars. You're not going to ride over the African man. You're not going to ride over the African woman. We will fight you guys, man. Whatever it takes, man. We will fight you guys. This is the warning. I'm letting you all know one more time, because I came here last week and I won Quis. I am making another warning. This is the last one. And I told you in the live stream, I think, if you remember, I said, I'm not going to make any more videos about Quis. We're going to get into an action phase. So this is, again, the very last time I'm going to talk about this. Jerello, NYC, the future, do not travel. Okay? Now, I've said it. I'm just saying this so it's on record. Jerello, NYC, the future, do not travel. Now, if you do travel, do not blame me for whatever happens to you. That's all I got to say. I got to keep this within the guidelines of YouTube. But you've been warned. It is what it is, man. Go ahead, Kev.
No, Salah. No, let him go to South Africa. Let him FA and FO. FAFO. Let him find out. For real. Let him go down there. Yeah, Cape Town is well manicured and all that, but it's a crazy city. Let him go there, do the same thing, and find out what happens. And
no, they won't go to SA because they know the crime rate is too high. They can't stand it. They can stay over there. And the women in South Africa, they demand a little bit more too, right? They
right.
They have a lot of, they have their own money, right?
Yeah,
so,
and South African women, some of them, they be putting cases on these guys.
Yep, and then you got to deal with the HIV. Over there, you really have to deal with the HIV.
Yeah.
Yeah, over there, you really have to deal with the HIV. So, yeah. Anyway, man, KF.
Yes.
I'm going to wrap this up. I got to get going.
Thank you.
I know your stream is coming up, so you guys go over there, head out, and put your channel in the chat before I shut off. Okay, KF is already off. But, yeah, put your channel up. And then if you're in the chat, put the channel up. We'll get some more information on this by tomorrow. And then we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. We already had a scheduled stream for tomorrow. This was an emergency. We have a scheduled stream for tomorrow. So when we get back tomorrow, we'll try to break it down. And on that note, good night. You'll have a great night. Stay safe out there. Let's go.